Welcome back. Today we're going to do equations with more than one variable. Two or more. You've seen them before. The circle has area of pi r squared, r being the radius, the circumference of 2 pi r, a rectangle. The area equal to the length times the width, and a perimeter equal twice the length plus twice the width. And another one is distance formula, a rate equation. Distance equals velocity times time. These equations have to be what's called dimensionally balanced. And that means the units on both sides of the equation have to balance, have to be the same. Area is in square meters or square feet, and on the other side it would be r squared. R is in meter or feet, and when you square that you get it meters squared or feet squared. Circumference is in units of length, meter or foot, and radius is in meters or feet, and it's a single r on this side, so it's balanced on both sides. The dimensions have to be equal. Area again is meter squared, and length is a meter, the width is a meter, and 2m's is m squared. So they are balanced on both sides. It's a quick check to see if you got the right answers. If your dimensions don't balance in your answer, then something's wrong. Now this is distance equals velocity times time. Distance in, let's say, miles. Velocity, the rate, miles per hour, and time t in hours. And you see distance is in miles, so the other side, when all things considered on the other side, has to be in miles. Got velocity, which is miles per hour, and time in hours. The hours cancel and you're left with miles equals miles, as it should be. Another thing that crops up in equations with more than one variable is conversion. You can use the labeling method. Really is simple. You have a relationship of 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. And what if you wanted to know what 10 inches are? You go 10 inches, and then you start multiply that by the conversion factor, and you want inches to cancel out, so they put the inches on the bottom. 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. Inches cancel out, and the numbers 10 times 2.54 is 25.4 centimeters. And it doesn't have to be conversion. You want to know how many inches in a mile. You got 1 mile. 1 mile on the bottom is 5,280 feet. And 1 foot is 12 inches. All this cancels on the bottom. They're all ones on the bottom. The feet cancel, miles cancel. And you're left with 5,280 times 12. And get 63,360 inches in a mile. There's a word problem, story problem, we used to call them. The parking lot has 20 spaces, all of them are full, and there are only cars and motorcycles. There's 70 wheels altogether. How many of each car and motorcycle are there? The tricky part of word problems is reading and understanding what they're asking for, and what information you got, and what information you can derive from what they give you. The parking lot has 20 spaces, all are full. There are only cars and motorcycles. So there's an X number of cars. Let X equal number of cars. And let Y equal number of motorcycles. You know, X plus Y has to be equal 20. X plus Y equals 20. So there's about 20 vehicles of one kind or another. And there are 70 wheels. Car has 4 wheels. So the number of wheels per each car is 4. And the number of cars would give you the number of wheels. And the motorcycle has 2. And number of motorcycles is Y. And the number of wheels altogether would be 70. Now you have 2 equations. And you have 2 unknowns, X and Y. You can solve one equation for either variable, X or Y, and then insert it where in the second equation where it sits, like X plus Y is 20. Solve that for X, which means adding minus Y to each side. 20 minus Y. And then in this equation here, 4x plus 2, y equals 70. Replace this x here with this. You have 4 times 20 minus y plus 2y equals 70. And what you've done is just have one equation with one unknown you can solve for the y, and then work backwards and find out what x is. So as usual, just multiply this out. 4 times 20, you get 80, minus 4y plus 2y equals 70. Well, you can add these two together, you get minus 2y. And move the 80 to the other side, add a minus 80, 70 minus 80, get minus 2y equals minus 10. Divide through by a negative 2y, and you'll get y equals plus 5. And that's the number of motorcycles. You got 5 motorcycles. You can go back to either original equation, x plus y equals 20. It's a simpler one. You got your answer for y, put that in there. You get x plus 5 equals 20. Add a minus 5 to each side, and you'll get x equals 15. So you have 15 cars and 5 motorcycles. 15 cars, 4 wheels each, gives you 60 wheels. 5 with 2 wheels each gives you 10, and in total you have 70 wheels, which checks with the information they gave you to begin with. 70 wheels. How many each car and motorcycles are there? 15 cars and 5 motorcycles. Here's another problem. An apartment building has 58 apartments. Each apartment has either 2 or 3 rooms. There are 141 rooms in all. How many of each type of apartments are there? Yeah, 58 apartments altogether, and they have either 2 rooms or 3 rooms. So you have 2 types, x, let x equal 2-room apartment, and let y equal a 3-room apartment. And you know x plus y will equal 58. There are 141 rooms in all. And the number of rooms, you have either 2 with x, so 2x will be the number of rooms in the 2-room apartment, and 3y plus 3y will be the number of rooms in the 3-room apartments, and they all should add up to 141. Again, solve this equation for either y or x. Let's solve it for x. Solve it for x. 58 minus y. And you can take this and put it in this equation. 2x plus 3y equals 141. Replace this x over here with 58 minus y. 2 times 58 minus y plus 3y equals 141. 116 minus 2y plus 3y equals 141. Minus 2y plus 3y is a single y. And add negative 116 to both sides. 141 minus 116. And that'll give you 25. 25 rooms that have 3 rooms. 25 apartments that have 3 rooms. And then go back to this simpler one here. We'll have x equals 58 minus y. X equals 58 minus 25. And x will equal 33. So there are 33 2-room apartments and 25 3-room apartments, and they add up to 58, which is what you were given in the first place. Here's another one. A triangle has 3 angles, and they are as follows. The second angle is 3 times the first, and the third angle is 20 degrees less than the first. Find the angles. We call the first angle x, and the second one is 3 times the first, so it'll be 3x, and the third is 20 degrees less than the first, so it'll be x minus 20. And that's all you're given. But we all know a triangle, all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So first angle plus the second angle plus the third angle, x minus 20, have to add up to 180 degrees. So we have x plus 3x plus x minus 20 equals 180. 5x minus 20 equals 180. Add 20 to each side. 5x equals 200. Divide by 5 get x equals 40 degrees. First angle is 40. Second one is 120. And the third one is 20. All this is degrees. And they should add up to 180. 160 plus 20 is 180. So that's not hard at all, but you got to realize you already know more information than they give you. 3 angles in a triangle add up to 180. And moving on, it says the perimeter of a rectangle is 44 feet. The length is 5 feet less than double the width. Find the dimensions. The perimeter of a rectangle would be twice the length plus twice the width. That takes care of all 4 sides. And here it says the perimeter equals 44 feet, and the length is 5 feet less than double the width. So you just get a width, W for the width, and the length would be 5 feet less than double the width. Double the width and 5 feet less. So with this you can set up your equation. Perimeter equals twice the length, 2 times L, get 2 times 2W minus 5 plus 2 width, and width it's just width, W, and that should be 44. So 44, and expand this out, got 4W minus 10 plus 2W. 44 equals 6W minus 10. Add 10 to both sides. We got 54 equals 6W. And divide by 6. And W will equal 9 feet. And go back to original equations. And the length will be twice the width. Twice 9 feet minus 5. So L is 18 minus 5, and L will be 13 feet. And a quick check, you got 2 widths, they'll be 18 feet, plus 2 lengths, that'd be 26, and it does equal 44 feet. And that's what the problem calls for. Find the dimensions, the width and the length. 9 feet and 13 feet. Here, the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers equals 70 when the first one plus 2 times the second one plus 3 times the third one are all added up. You should get 70. Odd integers. The first one's odd, so it takes 2 more numbers for the next one to be odd, so it'll be x plus 2. And the third integer is 2 more away from the first, so it'll be x plus 4. Those are 3 consecutive odd integers. X plus 2, and x plus 4. X plus twice the next odd one, plus 3 times the odd one after that equals 70. You can just expand all this out. X plus 2, x plus 4, plus 3, x plus 12 equals 70. 2, 3, 6x plus 16 equals 70. 6x equals, subtract 16 from each side, 17 minus 16 70 minus 16. 6x equals 54. X equals 9. So the first integer x is 9. Next odd one is 11. Third one is 13. And what the problem calls for is 9 plus twice the next one, 22. And 3 times the next one, 39. And that equals 39, 48, 48, and that does equal 70. It's not hard at all. You just got to realize when they call for consecutive odd or even integers, it just take x, and then the next one is plus 2x plus 2. Sometimes a picture might help. The problem is containers of water. You have 3 containers of water. A large one and 2 small ones. The 2 small ones are the same size, and the larger one is larger. We call this one x, and since these 2 smaller ones are the same size, give them the y variable. And all of them, all it holds all together is 20 cups. So you have one equation already, x plus 2y equals 20 cups. Another piece of information given is that the larger one is twice the size of the smaller one. So you also note that x is twice the size of the smaller one, so x equals 2y. So here you have the 2 equations. All the 3 containers add up to 20 cups, and the larger one is twice the size of the smaller ones. So you have this information here, you can stick that into this. Substitute this x for that. So you have 2y plus 2y equals 20. It'll be 4. Y equals 20. Divide both sides by 4. Get y equals 5 cups. And that's the size of the 2 smaller ones. Each of the 2 smaller ones is 5 cups. And the larger one is twice the size of the smaller ones. So the larger one, x, equals 10 cups. Age problems are popular. Here's one. Person A is 20 years younger than person B. In 2 years, B will be twice as old as A. How old are they now? Let's start off with person A is 20 years younger than person B. So that means A equals B minus 20. And in 2 years, B will be twice as old as A. How old are they now? In 2 years, it will be A plus 2 years equals B plus 2 years. And B will be twice as old as A. That means this twice the age of A in 2 years, and that will be B's age. You already have A equals B minus 20. You can substitute B minus 20 for the A over here. So I have A times B minus 20 plus 2 equals B plus 2. And Expand that, you get 2b minus 40 plus 4 equals b plus 2. Bring the b over to the left side by adding a minus b to both sides. You have a single b and everything else stays the same. Plus 4. This b is gone. You have 2 over here. You have minus 36 on this side, so add a positive 36 to each side. These will be gone, and you're left with b equals 2 plus 36, 38. Right now, b is 38, and you can find the age of a by just substituting 38 for b. 38 minus 20, a equals 18 years. So a is 18 years now, and b is 38 years. In 2 years, it will be 20 and 40, and b will be twice as old as a. Here's one. Bill and John go to an amusement park, and each one of them rode the Ferris wheel and the tilt-a-whirl. Bill rode the Ferris wheel 3 times and the tilt-a-whirl 4 times, and he was charged $23. John rode the Ferris wheel twice and the tilt-a-whirl twice, and he was charged $13.50. How much did each ride cost? You have 2 equations right off the bat. Bill, let F equal the Ferris wheel cost. Ferris wheel. And T be the cost of the tilt-a-whirl. Bill went 3 times Ferris wheel, so 3F, 4 times on the tilt-a-whirl plus 4T, and he got charged $23. And on the other hand, John went Ferris wheel twice, 2F, and the tilt-a-whirl twice, 2T, and he paid $13.50. Now you can choose either side and solve for one of them. I'm going to solve this side for F. That means taking everything else onto the right side. 2t, add minus 2t to each side, you get 2f. 2t is gone, equals 1350 minus 2t. F equals 1350 minus 2t, all divided by 2. You take this f, get a new value for f, and you can put it in here. So now you have 3 times this f, 1350 minus 2t, all divided by 2, plus 4t equals $23. And you can just multiply through by 2 to get rid of the fraction. So then you have 3 times 1350 minus 2t plus 8t equals $46. $39, $40.50 minus 6t plus 8t equals $46. Yeah, minus 6t plus 8t is 2t. Get rid of the $40.50 by adding a negative $40.50 to both sides. You'll get $46 minus 40.50. So 2t equals 550, and divide by 2, you get 275. The Tilt-A-Whirl ticket costs $2.75 a piece. And with that answer, you can put that answer back into either of these equations. 3f plus 4t sounds good. Yeah, 3f plus 4t equals $23. So 3f plus 4 times 275 equals $23. 3f plus 4, 38, it's an $11 equals $23. 3f equals minus 11 equals $12. And f equals $4. Divide by 3, both sides divided by 3. The Ferris wheel tickets cost $4, and the Tilt-A-Whirl tickets cost $2.75. Do a quick check of that. Is 3 Ferris wheel and 4 Tilt-A-Whirls. 3 Ferris wheels is $12. 4 Tilt-A-Whirls would be $11. That equals $23. And that is the original problem. Bill spent $23. So thanks for watching, and see you again next time.